Mid-South farmers are in much better financial shape going into the 2021 crop season than they were this time in 2020. But what should they be looking for that could be problematic going into the future? Greg Cole discussed that question in a presentation to the virtual Mid-South Agricultural and Environmental Law Conference earlier this month.
COVID-19, the trade wars, excess global supply of crop commodities is, for the most part, in our rearview mirror. Thank goodness. Farm safety net has worked very well here in the Mid-South. That is really a shout out I want to give to Congress and all the legislative leaders there. They did a great job. And as they start writing the 23 Farm Bill, our encouragement from a lender is stay the course. What you did worked. Make sure because we know that, in agriculture is like in life, there's 3 cycles. You're either in a problem, coming out of a problem, or going into a problem. So we know as we come out of a problem, we'll go back into it, and we need a safety net. Now, we look at current fundamentals suggest a very bullish outlook on net farm income in the near term. I mean, a lot of positives for agriculture. Think about it. Strong farmer profitability, appreciating equipment values, land values, low interest rates. So you got a perfect scenario there that we have not seen in some time. But what I want to remind people is how quickly things change. As I told our management team the other day in a meeting, I said, think about when we were sitting around here in the fall of 19. We never could have predicted what happened in 20. And when we were at this conference last year and everything was so doom and gloom, never in my wildest dream I'd be making the same presentation and use the word bullish, profitability, lots of money. I mean, so that shows you how things can change so quickly in the economy and agriculture in our lives. The other thing I always say is that in my presentations, I always get this asked, Greg, in 37 years, tell me, what's your observations of the producers and the lenders that will make it in the future? Well, the answer is pretty simple there on that is, it's all about risk. A farmer makes money by taking a risk, so does a lender. The key is to identify the risk, to quantify the risk, and to manage the risk. And the other major factors is the ones that have process improvement. I don't know whether you're a lender or you're a farmer, you got to learn to get better, to use new technologies, improve development of skill sets, leadership, everything. So the ones that have the mindset of what I call continuous learning, innovating, those kind of things, and being able to manage the risk are the players that will be playing here in the future. When you look longer term, always say agriculture, capitalism applies to agriculture. You can't run from it. Scale is a reality. Succession will be a big driver for agricultural lending and as well as agricultural consolidation. There will be fewer, larger organizations going forward at the farm level as also at the lending level there. I say succession rate here in our area is about 1 in 3. So if you take a succession where you've got only 1 in 3 may come back to the farm, and you have average USDA or the census says 58 or 59 is the average age of a farmer. If they all step down from leadership in 10 to 15 years, think about it. If 3 farmers farm 2,000 apiece, only one have succession, the other don't, it's going to go to 6,000 acres. So you're going to triple in size in a period of time. And so that's going to drive farm consolidation. And there's a lot of other influence in rural America with shrinking population and other factors, amenity, ways of life that will shape it as much as economics there. And we see here in the Delta that whole trend is really exacerbated or really mirrored, if you will, there. And when you talk about going forward, the key things to keep an eye on going forward in agriculture, some of these things you'll be talking about at this conference, some other conferences, there's obviously things that are probably, not historically traditional. We're going to be looking at climate change. We need to understand that, resilient agriculture, how that affects, how we fit in the carbon credits there. Now we just saw the day we got a new emerging risk in agriculture, cybersecurity threats. We saw what happens in the production side there. Here's something I'm keeping an eye on. I'm of course, obviously by trade, I'm a risk manager. So I'm always looking at where could I get hit that hurts me the worst. And when I look at the last super cycle was driven by China, that really drove up the demand for corn and soybeans, which reflected in land values and all the other things. And then when we had the issues with China, the prices went the other way. Now China has sort of brought us back to where we're at today with good prosperity. I keep an eye on what's happening over there with, the buildup of their military, with their naval. And I'm really concerned if we have a conflict there, that could be our next major inflection point from a risk in agriculture that could have a systemic kind of effect. Of course, the other things keep an eye on as we get to more, non-fuel cars, electric, more electric and things like that. What is that going to do to corn demand, with ethanol and those kind of things? So lots of things out there to talk about in the future.